that wants to talk about this.
Is that Larry-N-Stafford? Is that Larry?
It's Larry-N-Stafford, man.
Good morning.
What's going on, Vanessa? Hey, Wade, I'm doing well. I hope y'all are doing well too, man. It's an interesting conversation about who can hold people accountable over there, and I'm gonna get to it. And let me say this: sometimes I just wake up out of my sleep and I ask myself, how did we get here with this football team? And I'm now to the point where I'm starting to realize that maybe I just made a mistake in believing in the McNairs, and I should have just bought my season tickets to the Astros, because they're the only team, that has brought me the kind of joy that I thought as a kid that I would enjoy as an adult. And I'll explain that to you by saying this. When we look at this team after being over there since 2002, we put in 20 hard years of just building this foundation. And Vanessa, you'll understand it. This is like going from Jennifer Rayner to Anna V. Reyes, right? Jen was on TV every morning. She was reliable. I woke up and just couldn't help but just wait to hear the traffic. And I'm not saying that Anna V isn't a wonderful person or anything like that, but she's not Jennifer Rayner. So when y'all say things like Tyrod Taylor can hold people accountable and all that, Tyrod Taylor has been on 5 or 6 football teams. He's not that kind of dude. And for this situation, there is a person over there on Kirby that can be held, that can hold everybody accountable, and that's what he was trying to do, and it was Deshaun Watson. And as far as I know, and I don't know, Vanessa, you might want to ask that question again. Have he gotten a hold of that notebook or that playbook or that iPad or whatever they use over there? Because if you want to have somebody that's going to lead everybody, that's what accountability does. And Deshaun Watson, even though I know he has all that other stuff going on in the background, that's the kind of dude that people will listen to. And when I sit here and I think about the Texans and the McNairs, as I drive around the city of Houston today, I think about Jack Easterby being the guy that comes by and try to squeeze in my window while it's raining. It's a con. And we know it is.
Larry,
and it's not something that...
Let me ask you this, Larry. Do you think Texans fans, if Deshaun had a change of heart and decided that for whatever reason that he wanted to show up to training camp and that he wanted to be a part of the team again, do you think that they would welcome him, quote unquote, with open arms?
Not only will they welcome him with open arms, I guarantee you that if Deshaun Watson walked through those flames that come up right there by the bullpen, I guarantee you everybody in that stadium is going to be cheering. There may be a spattering of boos, but everybody's going to cheer, because you understand that this dude gives you a legitimate chance to be a legitimate franchise. Texas fans understand what it was like when we had to sit there and watch the likes of Brian Hoyer and Ryan Mallett and Case Keenum and all these other people that Wade had to block for, knowing damn well we wasn't going nowhere. Deshaun Watson, even with this team, even with Cully as the coach, even with the offensive coordinator, Tim Kelly, the Texans with Deshaun Watson is more of a legitimate franchise than any other time, because just a couple more pieces, he'd probably win you 8 or 9 games. Don't nobody want to go 0-17, V. And I can tell you, Wade, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what it was like, man, when we went 2-14 or 2-12 or whatever it was back in the day when we was only winning 4 or 5 games. That ain't no fun for nobody, and the city ain't gonna like it. Now, back to one last thing before I let y'all go. Hey, Carlos Carrera, damn it, y'all see what that dude doing in our hall.
Guy Larry-N-Stafford always holds it down. I tell you what, Larry makes some decent points, but when he said